Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you today? My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle. I'm coming on this afternoon because this morning I was running late. I just really didn't feel like going to church today. I was feeling a little bit under the weather. The allergies, of course. Last week I was walking out in the sunshine, walking in the sunshine, the pollen falling. So make me feel a little bad. But you know what? You got to move forward sometimes. You got to press forward. And I'm glad that I did go because she was talking about pressure. Pressure. What do you know about pressure? The pressure of today's world. So me and my Google, they tell different pressures. Of course, the pressure to push force on something. We talk about high blood pressure. People are taking medicine for that, and we'll also talk about how pressure can bust pipes. And if it can bust a pipe, imagine what it's doing to your mind, your brain. But right here it says, what does it mean to feel pressure, to experience pressure? And Google says you experience pressure when you worry about living up to your own or others people's expectations. You may also feel it in situations that you have no control over, and when you don't have the time or the means to do what is being demanded of you. So that's the kind of pressure I'm talking about. That kind of pressure. And sometimes the pressure of the world is actually causing people to lose it. You got like the pressure on leaders to make things better. The pressure on teachers to teach the students. You have a lot of people quitting professions because of pressure. The pressure, doctors are leaving because of the pressures and the demands. The pressure on students. The students are not, right now in the school system. They're being tested for. Growing up, I never remember all these tests. The kids are spending more time taking tests than ever before. I don't know. But the pressure when you go in the grocery store, should I buy this item because it's cheaper, or should I buy the item that's more healthy? Because there's pressure on our paychecks because the cost of living has not gone up, but everything else has. Food has gone up tremendously. My car insurance has gone up $50 more. You can't even afford rent. They say you could pay $1,800 for rent, but they won't allow you to buy, which is cheaper. If you could pay $18 for rent, why can't you pay $18 for a mortgage? So it's pressure all over the place. Pressure is on people more and more and more. And some people are buckling under the pressure. Some people are really losing it over the pressure. But what we talked about, what Overseer talked about today was, with pressure, you have to do more praising. Under the pressure, you got to praise. God is there to help us. He's there to relieve us of some of the pressure. But are we going to him in prayer? Do we have a prayer life? Are we giving our worries over to God? Because we worry about so much. And I know I am one of those people. Worrying about, the bills, worrying about, if things are going to go right, worrying about everything. Just worry, pressure. And some of it we don't have to deal with it if we just lift it up and we give it to God. And that's so much easier said than done. It's easy to say, give it to God, God will take care of it, when you're still sitting here and the things are still in your face and the things you're still dealing with. But you're going to have to do what you got to do, because I know when I look back over my life, the things that I used to deal with, I don't deal with anymore, because a lot of that stuff I did give to God, and you might not even see it working out at the time that you're giving it to him. But believe me, a lot of it is working out. We just have to actually be aware, and we have to change our outlook on some of the things that we're under pressure about. And that will help a lot too, changing the outlook of things. Like I say, changing the situation, getting out of the box. All of that deals with the same thing. It all deals with the same thing. Us looking at our life in a different way. Us dealing with situations in a different way. Some of the pressures we put on ourselves, because, like instance, like I said with the kids, they're pressured because they don't wear the right sneakers. The sneakers got the thing going on. Kids nowadays are being peer pressured by other kids, bullying, all that stuff. And even like with the internet, a lot of relationships are under a lot of pressure because people are going to the internet for solutions. And those, as I always say, they don't know you. So you letting someone who don't even know you tell you how to deal with your relationship. Like I speak about pressure of getting enough views, pressure of getting enough subscribe, pressure. And I released a lot of stuff to God. Thank God for that. But are you releasing it? Are you turning your pressure into praise? Or are we going to just sit there and allow things to come upon us so hard? And as the definition say, we're dealing with some things that we have no choice. We can't do it because we cannot change some of the outputs and some of the outcomes, no matter what you do, no matter how much pressure you're taking, no matter how many things that you're going through. If it's out of your control, it's out of your control. If it's out of your hands, it's out of your hands. So we have to really turn it over to God. That's the only thing I can say to you, the only way that I've dealt with situations is that I had to release it. And on one of my videos, I talked about, even though when my son was going through like his seizures and stuff, and what I felt like as a mother, you feel helpless. And if I didn't turn it over to God, I think I would have went crazy because, see, I couldn't control the situation. I had to let God control it. And God had to speak to me and let me know he is in control. It's nothing I could do about it. So worrying about stuff is not good because some of the things you can't do anything about. Worry yourself literally to death, being on medicines because you're sitting up there so worried and so upset all the time. What's wrong with the woos are releasing? Do you have a prayer life? Do you really talk to God? Do you really turn your problems over to him? Or is it just fake and you just say you do? Are you looking at things in a different way? Are you taking a different approach? Are you getting outside the box? I know it's easier said than done. I know it is, but please don't allow the pressures of the world, because some things you're not going to change. You could be laying up there in the hospital somewhere. That's more pressure because now you got hospital bills. More pressure because now you're taking medicines. More pressure because now you took the pressure and the anger that's inside you and you transferred it to your loved ones. Now they're under pressure and it won't stop. It's not going to stop until you really turn it over, until you really understand. Sit down and understand what you're dealing, what you're going through. And some of the pressures of life is some of the pressures that we put on ourselves, but some of the pressure we don't have to deal with. Don't pressure yourself if you're not where you should be. Sometimes you're not where you should be because you're not pushing forward. You're not pressing forward to get there. We're just sitting still thinking that, okay, if I sit here, then things are going to happen. Nothing's going to happen if you don't move. If you're sitting still, you're sitting still. But if you're moving forward and you're trying, God is going to meet you there. But you got to do your part too. You can't sit there and think that you don't have to do your part. You really do. But that's what she talked about today. Join us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. You can always go back and watch the recording because it made so much sense today. And today we're also having a starting our anniversary at 3:30 with Bobby Flan. He's coming from his church and congregation are coming. Join us 506 South Mountain Road, which is in Galloway. Overseer Alicia A. Gaskin, Open Gaskin, she's our overseer. So join us today if you would like. Well, I'm sure it'll be on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. But please, the pressure of life is going to be there, but it's how your outlook is going to be. It's going to be how you handle it now. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do, if you're doing what you can do, if you're doing what you should do, take it to God. He will take care of a lot of it. And some of the pressures we put on ourselves, because we're not going to be like everybody else. We're who God made us. We can't be nobody else but who God made us. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment if you would like. And please join me on Instagram. Start following me on Instagram. Of course, as I stated, I don't put everything on Instagram on Facebook, and I don't put everything on Facebook on Instagram. It's two total different websites that I'm trying to come to you. I'm trying to inspire. I'm just trying to motivate and just talk to you for a little while. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys have the rest of your day. Please be blessed. Have a blessed day. God bless.